Neon Heart City is a point-and-click adventure game by indie developer CosmicVoid, released on May 13th. Do you guys remember those black and white noir movies? The ones with a lone detective in a trench coat, smoking a cigarette in the rain, narrating his tragic life as soft jazz plays in the background? Yeah, Neon Heart City is a modern, sci-fi, cyberpunk, dystopian version of that. The story is set in a futuristic, grimy universe where you play as a private investigator searching for a missing girl. Elijah Crow, your typical down-on-his-luck movie detective, is narrating his life, the city's problems, and how tired he is of it all, with zero help from anybody else. Classic noir stuff. And all this is happening in the first scene at his favorite ramen joint. But then, interrupting his inner monologue, comes Scarlett. She pleads with Elijah to take her case. Her daughter Audrey has been missing for weeks, and surprise, surprise, the cops don't seem too interested in doing anything about it. The voice acting immediately took me aback, in a good way. Elijah's voice actor nails the detective vibe, but Scarlett's performance, dang near perfect. She combines grief, desperation, and subtle manipulation like a pro. It's like she's been kicked by life and is still trying to charm her way through it. She tugs on Elijah's heartstrings. He actually feels the weight of her words and agrees to take the case, setting you off on a journey through the city, retracing Audrey's steps and interviewing anybody that might have seen her last. Each clue and conversation pulls another thread, slowly unraveling the mystery in hopes of finding Audrey. And just like any point-and-click adventure, you'll click on characters to talk to them, click on items to inspect them, and choose directions to move. But I have to say right off the bat, the atmosphere in Neon Heart City pulls you in deep. You've got thought police, androids, gangs, android gangs, dream goggles, all wrapped in this technologically advanced, terrifying, run-down cityscape that feels disturbingly real. And yeah, you heard that right. Thought police. Above the city floats Roark Prison, looming like a city's blimp of terror, reminding everybody if your thoughts aren't approved, that's where you're going to end up. And they won't just lock you up, they'll wipe your memories. So you've got memory-wiped citizens, massive robots, androids trying to act human, and a genuinely creative, compelling story. It immerses you in a way that other games take hours to even attempt. Now, I'm not going to spoil what happens with Audrey, but let's just say there's a reason. And maybe, just maybe, that reason was enough for her to leave on her own. As someone pretty new to the point-and-click genre, I got the hang of it quickly and enjoyed the freedom to explore and advance the story at my own pace. What didn't come as naturally, the inventory puzzles. Now, I expected logic brain teasers. It's a mystery game after all. That's kind of the point of point-and-click, right? You figure out where to point and what to click. And I love solving mysteries and trying to guess movie endings before they happen, so I thought this would be right up my alley. And sometimes the logic tracks. Like if you find a key, you remember a door that you couldn't unlock earlier, that's classic stuff. But other times, the puzzle solutions made no sense, even looking back now. Now, I like thinking outside the box as much as the next guy, but a few times, there was no box, just guesswork. Like there's a riddle about picking a magazine involving battles and death. Seems pretty clear, right? But your options are one with a bloody axe, one with giant warriors fighting, and one with demons and orcs. Like, all of these could work. How is there a definitive answer here? Now, maybe that's just me, but some of those moments felt more frustrating than challenging. And look, I'm not against a challenge, even time-consuming ones, but don't rob me of that sweet dopamine hit I get by getting it right myself, rather than it just being a random shot in the dark. And there are fetch quests, and I actually enjoyed them. Each one moves the story forward, and each time I completed one, I felt like I was turning the page in a great mystery novel. Visually, the game shines bright. The pixel art is gorgeous, and it's what your eyes are feasting on right now. Those deep blues and browns mixed with neon signs and futuristic grime, it nails that cyberpunk vibe. Navigating the city is simple. Your phone, bottom left corner of the screen here, opens a city map. From there, you can bounce between locations as you chase down leads and retrace Audrey's path. Backtracking is quick, and if you find a clue and want to double back to share it with somebody, it's fast and easy. Now, maybe I'm too fresh to this genre, but some clue locations created more questions than answers. Take the final scene. There's a riddle, but what you don't know is, you need a specific item to solve it. And where is that item? In the most ridiculous place, and it has nothing to do with the story at all. It's an interaction as small and unimportant as getting a Coke out of a vending machine. And that's where the final scene item is. That's your key to solving the ending. That kind of thing frustrates me to no end. Or early on, there's one drink on the table between you and another customer. And come to find out, it is really important for you to have that drink. And the solution to get it, I would have never guessed in a million years. So yeah, weird logic puzzles happen throughout, beginning to end. During your investigation, you'll also uncover a deeper theme. Some androids want to become more human, and some humans are slowly becoming androids through tech upgrades. So the story starts asking, what does it mean to be human? And I love a game that reflects life and gets us reflecting, like Neon Heart City does. Some androids may help you or care about Audrey, and you think androids should help because that's what a human would do. But also, humans would not care and backstab too. So it gives you a lot to ponder over. That said, I feel like the developer had this great premise, the opening, a few twists, and a philosophical ending all planned out. But the in-between, some of it felt like filler, like AI-generated dialogue. It knew the story beats it wanted to hit, and it didn't always know how to connect them smoothly. Sometimes the writing felt overly simple, other times it tried too hard to be deep, and it just got confusing. But when the story needed to land a point, it did. The transitions were strong, it just dragged in some chapters. Honestly, it reminded me of Scream 6. A few cool ideas, legacy characters return, a dual killer reveal, and the what if Ghostface had a gun question answered. And that's all great, but the stuff between those ideas, it felt rushed and disjointed. You could tell the writers had their big moments figured out, but didn't know how to fill the gaps. And I feel like this indie dev did something similar. The ending of Neon Heart City will leave you thinking, what if you had your memory wiped? That premise alone is rich enough for 1,000 stories. But the way the ending happens, it sneaks up on you. The whole game builds and builds, and then it's over. No big finale, just boom, an answer and credits. Still, there are way more positives than negatives here. Immersive atmosphere, top shelf pixel art, excellent voice acting, intuitive controls, clear layout, a story that when it hits, it hits. I also don't want to overlook the inventory system. The backpack is great. Each item is clearly pictured, nothing is buried in menus, and you don't need to click through 7 tabs just to find what you picked up 10 minutes ago. This seems minor, but so many games get it wrong, and Neon Heart City gets it right. If it had more depth, was a bit longer, and ended with more impact, we'd be talking about this like it was a cult classic. But instead, I think it might get lost in the endless sea of Cyberpunk stories. And that said, it's only $7.99 at launch and runs for about 2 hours. And I always ask myself, did I get my money's worth? Did I have enough fun to justify the price? And with this one, I would say yes, for sure. So, would a mediocre gamer like Neon Heart City? The answer is yes.
Let me take a look. Ah, a few pins are bent. There, I've straightened them out. Should be good now.
I've got this dream chip. Mind if I try it on your dream player?
Sure. Go ahead and pop it in.
Hope the dream chip's working now.